Hello, happy Arvo. Thank you for joining me today. Well, hey, quick update. They found the capsule. It does look like somebody might have found it first and chewed on it, but they found it. It's in the authorities' hands now. So I was wrong. I assumed they would have to wait 3,000 years for this thing to decay. They found it. I don't know how, but that's impressive. Anyway, Friendly Jordies has this video. You know you're Australia when. So I don't know how I haven't seen this yet, but I'm excited. Let's check it out.
Welcome back to Friendly Geordie's slow descent into becoming WatchMojo.com for Australia. We're doing another list with the word Aussie in it because it gets a little more views.
Really? That gets more views. To me, that makes YouTube like want to ban it. Half the time it gets demonetized, and you just have to remove that one word, Aussie. All is good.
And frankly, I'm very happy about that because we need to stitch Australian culture back into the...
It actually looks, if I want to like have a little conspiracy theory, this video is no longer called You Know You're Aussie When. He changed it to Australian. So he might have ran into that same issue.
minds of our youth. They've watched too much Joe Rogan. They think they live there and just like, I don't care about anything unless it's freedom of speech or weed. No, you're Australian. You're supposed to care about beer and sport.
What the hell is that? Is this like the biggest, what do you call it? What do you call it when the beer goes through the tube? Oh man, I'm showing my age. I feel like, okay, this is actually just like 500 cups. But they're not pouring. I think I see the beer. No, that's just this guy's shirt. What's going on here?
Fuckhead. So we're just going to do a little list to keep you rooted in the Great Southern Land by reminding you, you know you're Australian when.
Friendly. Oh, I thought he was saying, you know you're Australian when you're friendly. Nope.
You know you're Australian when you rear end a Toyota Hilux. The guy comes out and
Aren't those like the most expensive? Aren't they super rare? I thought it was the Helix.
apologizes to you
Hilux.
because your car is fucked. And his car is better as a result of the collision. It has slightly less cement dust on it. Now he doesn't have to go to Coles Express car wash. Owning a Toyota Hilux is the Australian equivalent of the Midas touch story. Why must my happiness come at the expense of my fellow man? You know you're Australian when you're sitting at home with your reject shop
I've heard that about that car. There's that one channel that the dude took it through this unbelievable amount of terrain, and it just handled it like a beast. But I've never actually seen one. Do people have those in Australia?
fan, Peter Overton comes on and says, and Sydney has endured another scorcher, 42 degrees. Peter, we all know that you're in a perfect 26 degree air-conditioned environment all year round. You've never felt any variation of temperature. Take the backdrop of Sydney Harbour Bridge off of the green screen. Just expose it for what it is. If you left that studio even and went into Channel 9's offices, you'd be like a soft coral and bleach instantly. They'd have to transport Mark Ferguson from Channel 7 over in a fish bag to replace you. Now don't feed me too much. You know what the dead giveaway of it is, Pete? Everyone watching you is in their underwear. You're in a suit. You know you're Australian when you're in one of those shitty food courts where the only thing that
You can't see beneath the desk, though.
isn't a major brand name is something. You know you're Australian when you're in one of those shitty food courts where the only thing that isn't a major brand name is some Chinese eatery. And on one of the middle food court tables is a bunch of pigeons going nuts because somebody ate 7/8 of their 3-piece feed. The women next to you who work at Myer are disgusted because, don't they have lice? But you're disgusted because you're watching a scene from The Road. Complete and utter anarchy over cannibalism. Can you imagine how awful a pigeon's life must be? The absolute best case scenario for a pigeon is the worst, most bleak environment that one of the most imaginative, celebrated writers of all time could possibly think of. It's just a bit of skin. We all agree. It's delicious. Is it worth clawing your best friend's eyes out over? You know you're Australian when
All I have to say about that is I'm happy that KFC is good over there. I think KFC used to be good here, but not since I was like 10 years old. So it's been a long time. I hope it stays good over there forever.
When your mum drags you into Golo and you're excited because you think you're going to get a toy that is of worse quality plastic than most Chinese takeaway containers, and then all the colour from your face drains as she makes a last minute turn into the confectionery aisle and picks up a 12-pack of fun-sized Twix.
I don't know what the word confectionery means.
No, Mum, let's get it from Coles. It's the same thing. It's not. It tastes way worse. It's Golo.
I love Twix.
Twix or nothing! And the 5-year-old is right. For some inexplicable reason, it does taste worse. That's how you know you're Australian. It is a unique phenomenon to this country that mothers care less about the well-being of their children than bargains.
Wait. So the Twix tastes worse than what?
Into the confectionery aisle and picks up a 12-pack of fun-sized Twix. No, Mum, let's get it from Coles. It's the same thing.
No, Mom, let's get it from Kohl's.
It's not. It tastes way.
So the Twix tastes worse? What? No, the fun-sized Twix taste the best.
You know you're Australian when you go to a house that has a sliding back door and there's some mangy dog really wanting to come inside. You say, "Oh, you got a dog." No, don't let him in. He's an outside dog. Which seems to be this legal loophole that the RSPCA in Australia can't get around because, let's be honest, it is full-blown animal abuse. They never get taken for a walk because, what, he's got toys out there? He can tire himself out? It's a fucking big backyard. It's a quarter-acre block. 1/16 at best. You know you're in Australia.
Dogs are pretty amazing creatures. I feel like they can survive. I don't know how they survive. People leave them outdoors in the 100 degrees. People leave them outdoors in the 20 degrees. And they survive.
When nobody in your family is of
It's still mean, though.
any traditional spiritual persuasion, the closest thing to that being your mum watches Better Homes and Gardens. She learns a tip from it and then goes ape shit when no one else knows something that she didn't know a week ago. How many times do I have to tell you to not put bananas with other fruits? It makes them rot faster. What is this continent where our L. Ron Hubbard is Joanna Griggs? You know you're Australian when you're 13. Your best mate's sister's
That can't be true about the bananas.
15, and you've had about 300 wanks thinking about her. You would
Wait. What did he just say?
Riggs. You know you're Australian when you're 13. Your best mate's sister's 15.
Okay. Your best mate's sister, not your sister. Okay, got it.
And you've had about 300 wanks thinking about her. You would saw 3 of your own limbs off just to see one tit for a couple of seconds, just as long as you got to keep old righty. And when you think about it later on, the only
Oh my God. You know, I don't think this is uniquely Australian. I'm not talking from experience. I'm not. But I think men are the same everywhere.
reason you were so obsessed
And boys.
with her is because she was there. And your mum's version of your best friend's sister is Chefs on TV. Oh, I like me some Jamie. You know you're an Australian if every fight you saw in high school that started with you and me, Nathan, at the Oval after school never eventuated into an actual fight. The only time
What's the Oval? The only thing I can think is that the Australian football field? Because I know that's an oval. Is that what they mean? Meet me at the Oval. There's no way every high school has one of these, though. That does make me think. How do you play this? Like, the field is so gigantic. How do you play it outside of a professional arena? Like, do high schools have these? That'd be incredible. Meet me at the Oval. You wouldn't even be able to find each other. You'd be like, you need binoculars. Is he here? Did he show up?
time it ever did was when it started with, "What's up, bro? What's up? What's up?" And then one of them throws a punch which at best is 20% of what they could actually do. That, "Ooh, okay. And then prepare to see boxing that is in such poor form that it'll make Rock'em Sock'em Robots look like De La Hoya v Mayweather. And always ends when they start bear hugging each other and one of them grabs the shirt, lifts it up to about here, at which point a male teacher with no hair will apparate like a wizard in Diagon Alley and say, "Right, you two, principal's office, first thing Monday." Neither of them go. Not even the teacher goes. He forgets. And finally, You know you're an Australian if the overriding emotion that
Yeah, it's kind of funny because if I was a teacher, I would totally forget. As a kid, you'd think if a teacher says something, they're an adult, they're an authority, they're going to remember, they're going to know what they're talking about, so you're going to have to go. But now that I'm an adult, there's a good chance they would have just forgot. Like, you probably could get away with just not going at least 1 out of maybe 4 times.
you feel on a daily basis, much like how Americans make everything seem much more important and amazing than it is, and British people seem to think that sarcasm is as important as oxygen. I bet in high school chemistry they taught, right, let's review the periodic table. Right next to hydrogen is David Mitchell. Australia's overall vibe is just this. Oh, shut up. Just a very angrily content continent. The coat of arms should just be folding arms. I'm all for changing the national anthem if the new song is entitled, Hey, Settle Down, and it's the only national anthem on earth where it's impolite to stand. Everybody please fold your arms, slant back in your chair, and get a slightly furrowed brow for the national anthem. Everything here has this if it's not broken, don't fix it attitude. How about we get better hospitals? Well, why? These ones work. How about we have foreign mining companies not steal 80% of our resource wealth? How about you fuck off? Well, what do you want to do? I just want to sit here watching American pickers on 7 May stuffing me mouth until I barf with sayos and coon cheese, and if you so much as bring any of those poof kettle chips near me, I will crack your mouth shut. Smiths or neck yourself, cunt. So that.
You guys have American Pickers on TV over there? It's a pretty good show.
There you are. This is
I mean, it's pretty good as like a background show.
basically just a cheat sheet to the citizenship test, and if you are an Australian, do the Australian thing and give this video a like. There you go, the bare minimum.
Please share and
All right. Well, I'm definitely going to give it a like. I did enjoy that after all. Go check out his channel. The link is in the description. That was a great video. I hope you have... I guess he's touring? Like, how big is this guy? What are these dates? This guy's going on tour. I mean, this video is 3 years old, but maybe it's kind of an unfortunate... Assuming these were for 2020, then I'm sorry. I don't think the tour probably went as planned. But anyway, I hope you had a fantastic day. I hope you were not the one chewing on this radioactive capsule. And I hope to see you again here tomorrow. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.